Good afternoon, and we're delighted to be here this afternoon with the Provincial Grand Master for Dorset, Graham Glazier. Graham, thanks for being with us.
You're welcome.
Now, we always start off these sessions now with some questions from the brethren. So, Graham, the first of those questions from their brethren, our first one is asking, what will Freemasonry be like whenever we come out of this suspension, come out of this lockdown? Will it have changed? And if so, what should the brethren do to prepare for that change?
Now I feel like the first Secretary of State, Mark, because when he's being asked, have we got an exit strategy? Well, of course, it's too, I'll repeat, if you like, the gist of what he says, which is it's too early to tell at the moment. We don't know whether we'll be resuming on the 18th of July, the 18th of August, the 1st of September, or the 1st of January. But whenever it is, we'll need to look at where we are, what we've got to work with, and just do what we can. The Craft and Royal Arch Cabinets in Dorset, together with heads of the other orders, will be meeting up to discuss how we bring it all back together. We must work together as a team. Aristotle once said, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and that's what we are, brethren. We are Freemasonry. Freemasonry doesn't go on in our lodges. It's us. We are the ones who meet up. And at the moment, Freemasonry is continuing to exist very well. Many lodges have got little WhatsApp type groups that are meeting up together or doing Zoom conferences, doing the 9 o'clock toast. What else can we do, though, to prepare an exit strategy? Well, as I say, nothing. All we can do is look forward to the time when we come back. In the meantime, we can display those Masonic values we hold so dear in the way that we are doing, by supporting, for example, Poole Grammar School in making visors for the NHS, in supporting Forest Home Hospice, supporting food banks. Many of our charities are now running out of money because they can't hold events, etc. And there, the DMC, the Masonic Charitable Foundation, the £10,000 they've given us to disperse, and now the Dorset Provincial Chapter Charity have all joined in. And together, hopefully we can work to sell Freemasonry within our communities so that it's not too difficult to get back to it. Of course, when we do go back, directors of ceremonies will have their hands full because they'll be expecting us to be word perfect. Even the newest entered apprentice will have learnt the charge after initiation. This isn't going to happen, brother directors of ceremonies. You're going to need all your tact, sympathy, patience in order to coax all of us, including me, so Provincial DC, I hope you're listening, including me, to get the knowledge back in. It's there, but we're doing other things at this moment in time. The ritual book is probably not uppermost. Whilst we're there, though, just one final point I'd like to make. I just want to thank all our wives, partners, families, all those people who help to support us when we're out doing masonry. Their importance in our lives cannot be understated. So thank you, ladies, partners, children, anyone else who's watching. Everybody is keeping everybody together. Next question, Mark, please.
To sort of a follow on from that question, Graham, it's a financial question really based on our lockdown. A number of our brethren have asked about that they're still paying their subs, they're still paying their money into the Masonic halls, still paying their subs to Grand Lodge and Provincial Grand Lodge. And really just interested in your reflections on that. It's that since we're in lockdown, but they're still paying the subs. How do you reflect on that?
Well, we've got 48 lodges. Most of us have paid, most subscriptions are due on the 1st of January. So my first impulse would be to say, we've already paid them. But of course, the financial year may be coming to an end around June, July or August. So they've got it to look forward to. Now, as far as paying towards our halls, our buildings are concerned, as I said before, we are Freemasons. We are Freemasonry. Our halls are not Freemasonry. They are where we meet. But many of them, in fact, all of them, are old properties and they need to be maintained. They need to be secure. They need to be checked regularly for leaks or other such problems. So we're not actually paying lodge room committees, we are paying for the upkeep of the buildings. The 2,000 odd Freemasons in Dorset do not own the buildings. It's like a Philippe Patek watch. We don't own them, we're merely looking after them for the next generation of Masons. So I would say to you, brethren, please continue paying. If you can't, speak to your almoner, speak to your treasurer, and I'm sure something can be sorted out. I guess, Mark, that you're also going to ask me now about provincial dues. Well, if that's the case, then provincial dues that are payable on the 1st of January are £6.50 per person. That's less than a gin and tonic in a pub. It's not going to make that much of a difference to your pocket, the money in your pocket, brethren.
Thank you, Graham. That's been really useful, and thank you for your candour on behalf of the brethren. We'll save up some more questions for next time, but meanwhile, thank you very much for answering these questions. I'll now hand over to you, Graham, for your weekly vlog.
Well, brethren, I don't propose to say too much on my vlog this week because I've already spent enough time answering the two questions that were so very eloquently put to me by Mark on your behalf. What I do want to say to you is that the DMC have been busy on your behalf. They have issued 7 matched funding grants with a total of almost £4,000. They have 2 matched funding grants in the pipeline and 4 grants which were unmatched funding, again with 2 in the pipeline, which came to a total of almost £2,000. So almost £6,000 has gone out of Dorset Masonic Care in the past week or so. One of the good things that I like to do as Provincial Grand Master is to be able to congratulate those of the brethren who are massing milestones and the like. This morning I had a very entertaining telephone call, entertaining as you would expect, when I tell you that it was with very worshipful brother Brian Knight, past Deputy Provincial Grand Master. Brian is celebrating his 92nd birthday today, and he sounded as chipper and as young as he always does. We exchanged pleasantries, we exchanged banter, we teased each other. He was looking forward to chatting with his family through the patio doors during the course of the day. In addition to that, next week I should have been presenting his 60-year certificate in Freemasonry. I'll look forward to doing that when Brian and I and you return to Freemasonry. In the meantime, brethren, I look forward to speaking to you again next week. So keep well, keep safe, and above all, keep smiling.